Hi, my name is Adeesha Ekanayake.
And I'm Mansur.
And today we are going to show you a system that we've developed here at Ithaca College. The system is intended for patients with motor difficulties to improve their motor skills through video games using the Microsoft Kinect. Now, our implementation is divided into two parts. The first is a game and the other is a therapist's interface. So the idea is that a therapist records exercises for a specific patient and transmits them electronically to the patient, who loads them up into the game and uses them to exercise with. The game treats an exercise as a series of static poses and takes the patient through each pose one at a time. Once the game is, or rather once an exercise is complete, the game shows the score in terms of how many exercises were completed successfully. So here we have the therapist's interface. Now we intend that a therapist can use this system to record an exercise using his or her own Microsoft Kinect and then define it as a series of static poses.
Now, first, the physical therapist is going to need to record an exercise. This exercise will be used in our game as part of the patient's home exercise regimen. When the therapist is finished recording the exercise, they're going to have a chance to crop it. They'll be able to isolate the beginning and end of the exercise using the play and pause button or the scroll bar down at the bottom. And once the exercise is fully cropped, the therapist can add key points to the exercise. Key points are important aspects of the movements that define the exercise and describe the pose so that a patient will be able to understand what is expected of them. Once again, the therapist may navigate through the motions using either the play-pause button or the scroll bar. When ready, he or she can add the key point. Key points can be added or deleted, and there's no limit to how many key points can be created. When finished creating key points, the therapist should review them all. Then he or she can save it as a .xml file. Then he or she can export it so that it can be used in the game. Great. Now that the file's been exported, the therapist can copy and paste the file into the same folder that contains the Connect with Therapy application. This will allow the game to find the recorded exercise. In a real situation, the exercise would either be emailed to the patient by the therapist or saved in a cloud system available for easy download. After saving the exercise file into the game-containing folder, the patient may run the game. Once the game file has been opened, the patient will see that they're controlling a character on screen. Every movement the character makes is being followed by the female character on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, to actually begin the game, the patient is going to use the interface at the top left of the screen to load the correct exercises. After the file is loaded, the patient can press the demo button. Now, the demo button shows a quick preview of the full exercise. It gives the patient an idea of what the exercise entails before actually asking them to complete it. The patient can then press the start button, and he or she will notice that the timer at the bottom of the screen, under Ready to Begin, is now set to a predetermined value, and that will count down to 0. This is the amount of time that the patient has to copy a key point. If the key point's copied correctly, the text above the timer will read Successful Gesture. But if the patient doesn't complete the key point within the time provided, he or she will receive a different message, something like, Gesture not held successfully. Moving on. When all the key points have been provided to the patient, he or she will see a success rate displayed as a fraction. At that point, the patient may repeat the exercise or move on to another exercise that's been provided by the therapist.
So that's our system.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video.